airport now, going to pick up the family. They were in California for the Christmas holidays, which ain't great for them. Not so awesome for me, but it is what it is. So, about 11:30 now. I'm going to drive to the other side of the city to get to the airport and pick them up. Hopefully everything's on time. Good side going to the airport at this time of night is you don't have to worry about traffic. You can fly right through the cities. The camera bounces all across the dashboard. Hopefully everybody will be in a decent mood when I pick them up, so that doesn't make the drive home 10 times worse if they're all crabby. Not going to be able to see too well probably, but I used to live in those apartments there. First floor on the corner, very end. You can see right past the sign. The ladies' car does not have cruise control on it, and my truck does. Obviously my truck's a two-seater, so I can't pick everybody up from the airport in my truck. I gotta drive her car. But it's just interesting how dependent you can become on technology when you're used to it. Something as simple as cruise control. You know, you set your speed, you ain't got to worry about speeding. But with her car, it's so low to the ground. I don't know, it's just hard for me to gauge the speed without constantly looking at the speedometer. Most people tend to go 10 miles an hour over the speed limit. It's just interesting how quickly people can become dependent on technology. I mean, like, most of my life didn't really have the internet, at least not in the form that we have it these days, and you know, you used to have to read newspapers, watch the television news. I mean, you can get just about everything off the internet these days. So I mean, I don't get the newspaper anymore. I don't generally speaking watch television news. You know, and you get all your information right off the internet, and it's 10 years ago. Definitely not something I would have done. I mean, so we're just about the south side of the city now. I just gotta head out towards the St. Paul side, get to the airport now. It's kind of a strange thing I noticed when we went to drop everybody off to go to California. We got two terminals at the Minneapolis St. Paul Airport. It used to be the Lindbergh Terminal and the Hubert H. Humphrey Terminal. But now all the signs just say Terminal 1 and Terminal 2, so I don't know if they thought it was too confusing for people to remember the names versus the numbers, or what the thought process was there, but you know, it's like a piece of history. I used to work down here because we're getting close to Eden Prairie. For a year and a half probably I had to make this drive, and even now with no traffic, 11:30 at night, 11 o'clock, it's a good half-hour drive. So you can imagine during rush hour how much of a joy this little commute was. YouTubing. It can be tougher than I initially thought. Especially if you get used to watching vloggers or just YouTubers in general that are, see there, I'm going 70 miles an hour. Get used to watching YouTubers that are efficient at what they're doing. I mean, you can look in my box to see who I'm subscribed to and get an impression of at least who I think is efficient. But they make it look easy, and sometimes it's not. It's not easy just to sit and talk to a camera, especially when you're driving. But working on editing stuff still. Still so much to learn. But it's the content, I think, that's the difficult part. You got to find something that's real to your own personal experience, and hopefully find a way to make that interesting enough to compel people to watch. Easier said than done sometimes. I guess it depends on how exciting your life is. I'm not in a hurry, but this guy in front of me is really not in a hurry to get anywhere. Either that or it's an elderly person that's not comfortable driving at nighttime, which could be the case too. So we are bona fide on the south side of the cities here. Coming up on the Richfield Way, and that's nearly to the airport. It's looking like I'm going to come in right on the money, at least if the plane comes in at 12:10 like the internet's told me it would when I looked before I left home. Maybe wrecking the car or something. If I could do it in such a way as to not damage the camera, then I could be famous. Could be on Tosh.0 or something. That's a messed up road. I'm really not sure what the hell's going on. Plane got in like 20 minutes ago and they're still on the plane. I got tired of driving in circles. I found a little authorized employees only parking lot, and I just snuck in here. We'll see how long I can sit here before somebody comes along and rustles me out of the way. But I think they're off the plane now, but haven't got word yet, so we're just gonna sit here and wait until they're ready to go so I can drive back out.